Hello from California, more specifically our sunroom here at Team Hamlin's newest homestead. Our sunroom is at the back of our house, so we get to look out. We've strategically placed like bird baths and the hummingbird feeders so that we can watch them, and we have bunny rabbits that come into the yard, quail family that likes to walk around back here. So it's a great place to have a cup of tea, coffee, or just chill and relax in the evenings, and we like to talk about our day and catch up with each other. So it's become one of our favorite hangouts so far. It is starting to cool down. It's warm today, but it is starting to cool down. So we're noticing the cooler temperatures at evening and then in the wake up, which for us is welcoming into fall, which is welcoming one of my favorite seasons, which is pumpkin season. If you don't know what that's called, some people refer to it as fall here in America, but I personally love all things pumpkin. Trader Joe's, this is not a plug, I'm not getting paid by Trader Joe's, but they, I think, have my all-time favorite cereal, which is just simply Pumpkin O's. They're in the shape of a Cheerio, but they are pumpkin flavor, and they are the best thing that has ever been created. But I throw in pumpkin chai. I also have to have my pumpkin pie. So it is the greatest season, so I'm excited. Also, just to change things up and cool it down, it's been a hot summer, so looking forward to that. What have I been doing? I have been working on book promotion. If you haven't heard, I did get to publish my first book over in New Zealand, but it is available on Amazon. You can either get a paperback, copy through Amazon, or if you're a Kindle reader, you can download the Kindle version there. But I'm just working on spreading that, and not about spreading me, but the book, and more importantly, the message that comes through the book, and just knowing who you are, who created you, and what that purpose was for. And I am very passionate about that message, so I'm working hard to share that and get that out. We are going to have a book signing here in Tehachapi. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be part of the first Friday in October, where the downtown of Tehachapi opens up all the storefronts, and kind of just get to peruse around, go in the shops, but I'll be down there signing copies of the book and meeting some more citizens of this wonderful community here in Tehachapi. So I look forward to that. I have been, recently I started the study/discussion guide for Do You Know I Love You? And I felt really compelled to do that because I feel like the book very clearly states out my journey and my process, but how to get people to interact with that. And so coming alongside that with a discussion guide that asks questions and kind of pulls out some of that for somebody else, for the reader. So I'm excited about that. That's coming along. I'm not sure how that looks as far as, I don't think it's going to be a big ordeal. I think it'll just be simple, maybe even just a simple download, email out to my email list. So if you're not on the email list, or you are interested in a copy of that discussion guide, let me know and I'll put you on that list and get that to you. I am finding my groove here in Tehachapi, which sounds silly, but I really, I think anytime you move, you kind of got to get plugged back in and figure out what you're doing and getting into a routine. And I cringe when I say the word routine, because I'm not by nature a routine person in that sense, but, you know, working out, getting the sleep, getting the school commute down, getting all those things. So that's what we're kind of working on, and the boys are doing fabulous at their back to school. I'm so proud of them. They're really getting plugged in. Something they didn't have in New Zealand a whole lot of was homework, but they have really been champions of that. I'm so proud of them. Like I said, they come home, they get it done, and they're just really doing good with that. So I'm proud of them. I have been, in the last week or so, really championing myself to learn new things. I'm a firm believer that you don't get to a certain age and just kind of get to sit back and chill. You need to be learning. You need to stimulate your brain. So most recently, I've been reading some really good nonfiction books about creativity and what that looks like when you want to share a message creatively. And through that, I've also been listening to some great TED Talks and some podcasts that have been supporting that. So I feel like boys went back to school, mama's going to go back to school, learn some new things. So some of my most favorite podcasts, one of the ones is Rachel Hollis. She just published a book called Girl Wash Your Face. Great stuff about addressing lies that we have maybe told ourselves or believed for far too long, and just calling out those lies. So she does a really good podcast called Rise. She's got a great thing going there, so check her out if you haven't. But yesterday, oh, my phone just fell. Hopefully it stays on. Yesterday, I listened to Rob Bell's podcast on a Hebrew word called menuha, and I might not be saying it exactly right, but it's menuha. Again, it's a Hebrew word for rest. And I don't know about you, but I tend to be a pendulum swinger, so I'm either all go or I'm all not go. I constantly need to keep myself in check for that balance. And he talked about the importance of that rest in our life and how maybe society doesn't support that, maybe especially American lifestyle where it's go, 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 go. From the moment you wake up to the moment you're in sleep, you're in the car, you're commuting, you're doing the school run, you're doing the sports runs, you're working your 8, 9, 10-hour days. You're getting it all done. But are we balancing that creativity and that work with rest? And that's something that I don't think humanly comes natural to us because maybe we don't feel productive, maybe we feel lazy doing that. So that message spoke really boldly to me yesterday because, again, of all my own doing, I believe that rest feels lazy to me. It feels non-productive. It feels like I'm not doing anything. But interestingly enough, my body tells me otherwise. So my body will always be the first to say, no, you need rest. Either I get wore down or things just don't feel right or I don't feel like I'm completely there. There's that fogginess in the head. So it's a good signal to say, Nicole, you haven't been resting enough. And so getting that balance back, if I really want to live my life and be creative, I need to balance it with rest. So are we resting? Do we get enough? And how are we resting? What does that look like? For me, I can simply take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I can sit down with a fiction book and just kind of get plugged into that world, and that just kind of rests me. I can go for a walk. My favorite is taking a nap. All of Team Hamlin will vouch to that. I'm a especially on the weekends. I think that I've just worked really hard to save that nap. But how can you, more specifically for you, what does rest look like in your day? And are you doing it? Because a lot of us say, I'm so tired, I'm so burnt out, I need something. And so balancing your creativity and your work with rest is very important. And we will find, I will specifically see when I sit down to do that creative or that work, I go, yeah, I've had enough rest because I can really get plugged into this. So loving yourself, I believe, loving ourselves is balancing that life. It's doing that creative work, but also resting. And when we love ourselves and we pour into that overflow, that outflow is being able to love those around us, our spouses, our kids, our coworkers, our community. And it is hugely important. So thank you for joining me today and having this few moments at the homestead. I would love nothing more than to have you all here for a cup of tea because that would be fabulous. But today, I hope this message reaches your heart. If you find yourself needing rest, give yourself the okay to do it. Take that rest. Loving ourselves and loving others is our purpose. It's our mission here. Well, I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks. Bye.